A look there inside Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Commanders, and they are led by the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2024. Greg, it was such a good rookie campaign for Jaden Daniels out of LSU.
When you think back over the last couple decades, Mike, I'm not sure there was a more impressive rookie NFL quarterback season than what we saw a year ago out of Jaden Daniels. Not only personally, the efficiency, the effectiveness, the explosiveness in production, but the ability to turn around a franchise in Washington that hadn't seen greatness and hadn't seen success in what seems like ages. Jaden Daniels, Dan Quinn, it is a new era of Washington Commanders football, and I'll tell you what, they got themselves to the playoffs a year ago. I wouldn't be shocked to see them playing in that NFC Championship game come the end of this season. And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's to McLaurin, they connect again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Washington.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again. Daniel. That'll be taken in by Krusty Merritt. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. It's a gain of 8.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
So, from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And the Seahawks have come up with the recovery.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Now give on the ground, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
27-yard line.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And a good run there. Get him 5 yards.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, He understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
On second down, it's Darnold. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one on target to Cup. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 46.
You can see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on third and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
This one stabbed by Smith and Jigba. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On second down, Walker. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
He'll step up and run. The Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
Gain of 9 yards.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Darnold to throw. On the move left. And he's in. Sam Darnold. Touchdown Seahawks. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead.
Commanders 3.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here's Luke McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Commanders offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Daniels quick to Devo. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
3rd and 5.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Commanders 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll tuck it and take off. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the 1st down.
That's good for Washington. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And the left 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and
I love the way the ball's
9-yard
been
line.
moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Byron Murphy getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. He takes off. And he will get into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Commanders are on top. It's now 10-7.
Commanders 10, Seahawks 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. The motion man here is McClure. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. A handoff as they try to run it here. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
30-yard line.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So, we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 10-7 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter, 2nd and 7, as we are ready to get back underway. Once again, it's Walker. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's Darnold. In trouble, and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And a Washington first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
2nd and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
That's a gain of 8.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. Has his man. It's Samuel. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
At the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Off he goes. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Washington.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
They'll motion over Samuel. Play action. Here's Daniels. Right side. Catch made by McCory. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
That's good.
They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Now a give up the middle, and they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
That's good.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. As caught, that's Lane. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Daniels. For the end zone, but batted away. Incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's 3rd and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. Officially, a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
after the field goal. Back out is Gay to kick this one off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. That's dropped off for Walker. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
At the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete, and he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Here's Michael Dixon now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Oh, the ball's out. The Seahawks scoop it up. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks move out in front by a point. It's 14-13.
13.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out first down and 10. Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And it'll be 2nd down. Daniels gonna throw again. Samuel has it working in the middle. He's gonna be taken down at about the 30. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Commanders first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On 1st down, Daniels. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it.
Daniels pass. Complete to Jalen Lane. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he'll take it on in. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Commanders.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Gay to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will open up a 6-point lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 20. Seahawks 14.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out quick, it's Cup on the RPO. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. It is 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Open man is Horton. It's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Start on the ground, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. The Commanders will signal for the 1st of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Here's Daniels. He'll get this out to the left flat. Now Seattle going to use the 1st of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
It's 4th down.
Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to get it one final time in this first half. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Now Darnold. Huff brings it in left side. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And that will lead to a second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. This is Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Out wide, it's a screen to Cup. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Commanders' offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll motion over Samuel. Oh, very nice defensive play there. They'll let you complete passes if they're going to end up like that. It's a completion, but a loss of yards.
Back at the 26-yard line.
Third down, they need 5. To throw is Daniels. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Commanders about to send this one away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Walker, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Darnold. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
5-yard line.
The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's a run up the gut, and this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball is put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 25. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Washington.
First down.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Short one there, he's got Ertz. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the first down.
At the 44-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Give on the ground, and he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He's going to run it. He'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Play action. Here's Daniels. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. On play action, Daniels. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
Third and short, and it's Daniels. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
That's good.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They'll motion over Samuel. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Daniel. Forced out wide. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That one incomplete. Recovery outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. To throw is Darnold. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Darnold now to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9
yards.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll get about 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. Darnold gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and They didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Darnold to throw on first down. That one swung out wide to Walker. And he's going to make his way out of bounds. That did not work his plan. Good size loss to take on first down.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. He'll step up and run this. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
The tight end Ertz in motion. They'll go play action here with Daniels. He'll take off again.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. There he goes again.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
They'll motion over Samuel. Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with the 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there, works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
That's another 22-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Chris Rodriguez. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Seahawks 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run, and this is Jeremy McNichols. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by Josh Jobe. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing now, Daniel. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A 44-yard attempt.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. Darnold down on 1st and 10. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
At the 25-yard line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
We're going to put a man in motion to the right. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Got through past the 35. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. throw right side, home in by Cup.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Commanders' 48-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll step up and run, and he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They need to get it to the 27th. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And that is no good. He missed it, and they do not cut into the deficit.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Now he takes off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Commanders first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity.
And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. Jaron Reed in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. That's his man. It's Samuels. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Washington, first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
To the goal line and in. Jalen Lane. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Gay for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 14.
So, after the touchdown, here's Jay to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now Darnold. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup of 5.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Darnold to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard. They'll go again with McNichols. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
He manages to get the throw away, and he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, he's able to get back on it, so not only will it not be a turnover, but in fact, the drive keeps going. It's a 1st down. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball, but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what.
That is caught in the middle of the end zone. John Bates, touchdown Commanders. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Gay to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Commanders are going to extend their lead.
Commanders 40, Seahawks 14.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. A tight end in motion now. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He's inside the 40, inside the 20, and he is gone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks are able to cut into the deficit.
Seahawks 21.
We're down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the handoff, McNichol. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He takes off. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Daniels now on 1st down. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
To number 26. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Daniels. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. And he's into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders are able to extend the lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 47. Seahawks 21. Matt Gay to kick
So,
off for
after the
Washington.
touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they could somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
And this is going to be a Seahawks 1st down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The NFL's active leader in sacks, Von Miller, in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.